Hey guys, it's Eric here at Farpoint Farms, and check it out. I am in the man cave portion of the studio that we built a few years ago. And if you recall, originally this area was for working on small equipment, lawnmowers, backpack blowers, things like that. Well, it didn't work out. It wasn't a big enough space for us, so we converted it into this awesome man cave. And there's just one part that's not finished. If you look above me, if you can see above me, the insulation is still exposed in this area because we didn't feel the need for a garage type environment to seal it all in. Well, and you can see like LED light bars. Like this is great for working on small vehicles, but not so great as a hangout area. We got the arcade and the movie theater and all the other stuff here. You can see my growing list of physical media here in the background. Anyway, I reached out and I have a brand new drywall lift. So we're going to be able to fully finish this off. Trying to hold this stuff over my head at my age, just not really working very well. So I'm going to take you down there. I'm going to show you how this thing works. And then over the course of the winter, I'm going to paint everything down in the garage area, bring it up piece by piece and put it into place up here and kind of finish off the studio. I said it was done last time. Well, I don't think is any project ever fully done. You know what I mean? So we're going to go ahead and make it more done. Let's head on down to the garage and I'll show you what I got. Yeah, so this is it. This is the lift that I picked up from Vevor. Little hard to see at this distance, but I'll get it close in and show you the finer points of it. But locking casters, comes in 3 sections so that you can kind of pack it away so it doesn't take up this much room when you're not using it, although it does take up a good amount of room. The pivot, of course, if you want to, you can change the pivot angle here and have this thing at any place you want it to. These arms come out to support your piece of drywall, and I'll put a piece, I don't have drywall here down in the garage, but I have a piece of sheeting that I can put on here just to show you what it looks like. And so that's as far down as it's going to go, so it's not going to tip over and fall off. Then back here we have hand crank controls to raise it up. And the cool thing about it when you're doing drywall work, if you've never done this before, or paneling, is that if our angle is not 45 degrees, maybe it's a 22, when the top of the drywall touches the angle of the ceiling, it will pivot. This thing is on rockers, so it'll pivot to match it. You can press this thing up enough to basically lock it into place, and you just continue to crank it up. This unit goes 16 feet, which is pretty awesome. These ceilings top out, I think, at 15 in here, but the project in the studio, I think the highest point is 11 feet, so no worries about using it there. Let me rotate it slightly if I can without bashing anything. I'll bring the camera closer in, but you do have your crank here, and then you have a safety lever here that allows it to come back down, and it just unfolds at that point. Then when you lock back into place, if you want to bring this back to the horizontal position, it has a lock on the back here so that that becomes steady. We don't have to worry about that. If I was going to say that, these parts here, they'll come out to support larger pieces of wood or of drywall or paneling or whatever, so that's kind of nice too. So take 2 people, lift it up onto this thing, tilt it up, or what I'm going to do, because I have to do this alone honestly, is I will put the sheet up myself so I can lift up here, put my drywall here, tilt it back. I won't lock it, I'll just tilt it back, and as I lift it to the ceiling, it's going to come down and lock into place like that. So yeah, pretty cool. I'll get the camera off the tripod here. We'll take a quick walk around this thing. I'll show you all the features it has, and then I'll show you, for those who are interested, I'll leave it with an assembly video, which is just a few steps honestly, and how it comes apart and goes back together. But overall, yeah, nice. I've had to rent these a few times, and I just figured it was time to buy one. And when I'm done with projects, I can always resell it, which is kind of cool too. Sometimes you buy the tools and you use them a few times, but then when that project's over, you get rid of it. I've got a concrete mixer that I bought from Harbor Freight a few years back. Done a couple projects with it, but I'm pretty much done with it. So time to set it on, give it to somebody else. All right, here we are up close. You can see these legs come out. Those are the 2 pins that hold them into place. So the way to disassemble this thing is this just lifts up and off. Take that up, set it to the side. And these arms here can come out. They're held down by just a tab right here. You just push in and it'll slide forward. So that doesn't take up any room. This portion here folds up, so it's pretty much just a pole. And those, when you lift up and off, can then be folded flat. And again, so we're looking at very little storage area for something that on appearance, first appearance kind of looks large. There really isn't all that big. It's nice. Here's the lock I was talking about for the back. Flip that back and we're able to freeform. If you want to lock it into place, flip that switch and it's locked into place. Our hand crank here, put a foot on that, and you can see. And then to release it, I can't really do it here, but this lever here, you pull it and then you can slowly allow that to come back down. So pull that lever while holding with one hand, use this hand to lower it back to the ground. All right, I'll put the camera back on the tripod real quick and show you lifting a board with it, and that'll wrap it up. I doubt it's still visible, but there it is. Actually just thought about how cool that would have been to have as a platform while working when we spray foamed our ceiling. Nice. Anyway, panel lift, 16-footer, kind of nice. I'll leave a link to where you can get it, and I'll see you next time. Take care.